We're on air.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. Oh,
I can
it's
hear you really
just
clearly and see you really clearly now, which is good.
awesome. I've got the Blues KO on in the background.
This is my only blues merchandise that fits me
Merch.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey? Start streaming? Yes, we're doing it. Oh,
Um, and so we've got the Richmond game coming up, mate.
I know.
I'm going to that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've got to get my membership sorted so I can come down for a few games, I
Oh,
reckon.
wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we should probably introduce ourselves, eh?
All right.
You know what I realised about your name is you either sound like a tosser when you say Grant, or you got to sound like a bogan when you say
Grant.
Grant.
I know everyone avoids Grant.
Oh
Everyone
yeah, I'm
avoids.
gonna lean on the tosser side of things.
Yeah, yeah,
Grant.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Grant. Anyone can get away with that now in this climate.
yeah. And
Um,
we're almost famous in the '90s, you and I.
we nearly did it, mate. It's typical that we barrack for Carlton, isn't it?
I know, I know.
We never really get there.
Grant was in a band called Def Rhyme. Very. Who were you signed to? I can't remember now.
Oh,
Festival?
Sony
Oh
BMG.
shit! Wow.
I mean, Quinn and Michael have got the backstory on when it started,
Okay.
but I joined. I joined when all the hard work had been
Done.
all the yeah.
Typical drummer.
I I had to audition
Oh really?
and I didn't chase it, you
Oh
know,
wow.
but I just came up and I had a go at it, um, and I knew nothing about that scene at all. Um,
Well, what was your
but
drumming background before that?
oh well, it was mainly funk,
Okay.
and that's why Michael um,
Wanted you to do it.
considered
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
with me because
yeah.
we played together before and
Okay.
done a lot of funk,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of funk in it,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
Death Run.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it was kind of that LA rock funk thing going on, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. We won't mention the two bands that keep coming up that
For
we were like
Faith No More. Yeah, but that's a good band to be compared to. We got compared to Pearl Jam, and I thought we were nothing like them.
nothing,
I mean,
nothing.
apart from Andrew, looked like Eddie Vedder and sounded like Eddie Vedder, but that's where it stopped, right? I don't know.
I didn't when I first heard you guys. I had so I don't want to embarrass you, right? But I was a fan. I was a fan.
Cool.
I used to stand there and just watch. And I used to, and when you guys played Lord of the Flies at the Darva Hotel,
Yeah.
I had a fucking spiritual
Were
experience.
we on the same bill that night, or were you?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, cool, cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
you were on before us, and then I just thought, shit, like this is heavy. This is really fucking good.
But you're a fucking great player, and you know what? That last tour we did, that
Oh,
well, it was the last tour I ever did with Scary Mother, and which was my band, by the way. We were signed to Mushroom.
now I don't know how I know this or whether it's right, but you
Mm.
guys were at the Sydney Conservatorium, weren't you?
Well, Dorian was first. He did jazz, and then I did it a couple of years later. Um, but to be honest, I dropped out after about a year.
Hard going, isn't it?
It was more, well, yeah, but it was more so a case of I realised that I needed to just, I'd been practicing the wrong way all my life, and I really needed to correct that.
Yeah,
So,
right.
age 20, I sat down with a snare drum and metronome and just did repetitive,
You
methodical.
sure did.
Yeah, 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 I sure did. Yeah.
You sure did.
And I did that for about 6 months. My playing just went through the
Yeah,
roof.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we played with you guys at the Espy one night, and we'd been living in Melbourne, right, as a band in the Cosmopolitan Hotel, right?
Is that on Fitzroy Street?
Yeah,
Oh,
with adjoining rooms. in bunk beds, right? Which was all great fun for
Rock and roll.
about a week.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah.
farting and the pooing and
Ah,
it was just a nightmare. And my playing just got worse and worse and worse. And we, because we were playing 3 nights a week all over the place in
I
Melbourne.
know, I know.
And then the SB gig was coming up with you guys, and I was like, shit, I can't rock up and play like I've been playing.
Yeah, right.
So I got out, I think Public Enemy, and I put a towel on this bench, and I just did paradiddles
Yeah,
all night. And that night we turned up to the gig, and they were queued down the street. I don't know if you ever
yeah.
remember this, but they were queued down the
That
street,
was
eh?
that was happening. That tour, that was happening.
No, well, this was about maybe 12 months before we that tour.
Oh,
And
right, right.
man, both bands, we just rocked it that night in the SB.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So,
Most heartbreaking thing was a couple of years ago. I took my wife, come see the SB where we used to play, and that
yeah.
front bar is just gentrified. God, it was awful.
Well, isn't that the same? Isn't that the same with King's Cross now?
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't been there, but yeah, I'd imagine so.
From
Yeah,
what I can
yeah,
hear, it's just
yeah,
like it's near the beach. It's well, yeah. It's anything near the beach down here now is
yeah.
it's unaffordable.
The property developers have got hold of everything. Eh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So apparently, I was asking Quinn about the SB the other day, and he just said
Oh, it's heartbreaking, actually.
it's just gone.
Yeah.
Because I was saying, oh, that used to be so good. Like, um, either room, like front room or the back room or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
agree. I mean, I always preferred the front room for some reason. I don't know why.
it was easier to play in,
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah.
and especially even if none of the monitors worked,
Yeah.
it was still easy because it was just like it was such a small pub gig,
Yeah.
and
That
you
night we
know,
played together, honestly, it was probably the best I've ever played anywhere
yeah,
for some reason. Probably because
that's
I
a good,
did that little bit of warming up that afternoon. Yeah. It was
yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But used to love watching you guys on that final tour we did. And, Nicky
Ah.
Bomber had opened. You watch him doing his funk stuff. As for a drummer, it was an amazing tour, hey?
Well, that's what that and I love this is probably the only place that I can like talk about this because no one else cares.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it was Nicky Bomber,
Yeah.
then there was Juice with
Lush. Yeah.
Lucius Borage,
Yeah.
and then you,
And then
and
you.
then I had to come up with that afterwards.
Oh, I loved it. It was
It was
great.
it was like and some nights I'd sit with either beside uh, you. I was never early enough to get to Nicky
Nicky
Bomber's
Bomber.
gigs,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd seen him play a lot
Oh, okay.
anyway.
Yeah. Being a
I'd
Melbourne
seen him
boy.
in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I knew,
Yeah.
I knew,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
And those guys, like they're awesome. The Caruana brothers,
Yeah.
and and so yeah, it was stacked, wasn't it?
It was a fun
It
gig,
was
man.
just
That
stacked.
was a really fun tour.
Yeah,
Good
and
one. Good one to finish on.
oh, did you guys go like kaput after
We
that?
never played again. Yeah. Never played again as a
Shit,
band. Yeah.
that's what happened to us.
Yeah. Strange,
I,
eh?
th- I think we did 2 more weeks. Like I did 2 more weeks.
Okay.
Um,
I'm trying to think.
I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah. It was.
Dorian came up to me and he goes, "Here's a 2 tap for you, man. Spinal Tap. It's a 2 tap for you." I didn't know what he was talking about. I'm like, I don't know. I just want to go home.
Oh, hey, how blessed were we though back then? You didn't realize it at the time, but you look at the music industry today and think, man,
Yeah, yeah, it was stacked.
I meet
There was
so
a
many
lot of good
people, and
things.
I think, man, if you were back in our day, you'd be famous. You'd be
Yeah.
signed, you'd be off and running. Yeah.
Can you imagine the view counts and all that?
Oh yeah,
Be through the roof. Can
I
you
know.
imagine the live reels that
Yeah.
came from those gigs?
Oh yeah. Oh
Phew,
yeah.
I'd love to have had, I'd love to have had that now.
Got lots of live recordings from our stuff, but they're on cassette, and
Oh wow.
I never realized what a bad medium cassettes actually were until I put it in the tape player. It's like, oh God, they were pretty shit. How did we put up with that stuff? Oh,
Yeah. if you put it in the right spot, it's good.
Yeah.
If it gets a lot of bass, but yeah, it's tough. It's a tough room.
Hey, mate, what are you listening to drumming wise? Anything doing it for you these days?
Yeah,
What's
Sleep Token.
what's that?
Um,
Ooh, I'm writing this
like
down.
Sleep Token are a band. They're like they wear masks and stuff.
Ah,
They're very heavy. The producer is called The Vessel,
okay.
and he's good.
Right.
I mean, you will love it.
Okay.
It's Rudiment City.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Sleep Token.
This guy, check out. The drummer's name is Two. They don't have names.
Cool.
They're all anonymous.
Yep.
It's all mysterious. It's great. Their gigs are called Worship. Um,
Are they like black metal or something, or dark metal or something?
It's really hard to classify because I'm guessing the Vessel is a really good piano player.
Yep.
And his songwriting chops are like that.
Really?
The chords are not just, smashing bar chords out. They're extended chords, and the parts are interesting. It's prog rock, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I guess it's like that.
Well, there
I
you go.
guess-
Sleep Token. Get a free plug.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's one of those things, you like them or you hate them.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
there's a lot of drumming.
Okay.
Some people go, too much.
I never liked
Too
Dream
much.
Theater. I never understood what people saw in Dream
I've
Theater.
never listened to that. I've never listened to
Yeah.
that at all. And I listened to, so we'll try not to bag anyone out.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I listen.
Sorry, Dream Theater. I think you're great.
Oh, they're so good. I listened to that man that drums for Dream Theater. Danny, what's his name?
Mike Mancini. Mancini.
Mike Portney.
Oh, the old
Portney.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
original one.
plays,
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays with Richie Kotzen now,
Okay.
who's a great guitarist. The band's called Winery Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, the guy that replaced him when Mike Portnoy left, Mike Mangini, he's a bit of a monster. That guy. He's
Yeah,
a
okay.
technical wizard. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it still.
I went and saw him in a clinic years and years ago, and he did a 6/8 ostinato with his feet alternating,
Yeah, cool.
and he just played whatever he wanted over the top, and somehow turned it into Hot for Teacher at one point. It's just going, it's just like mathematical, off the charts. Yeah, amazing.
Soloing is a real art form.
It is, yeah.
Like like there's real soloists, and then there's just shit solos.
Yeah.
But there's people who can really arrange and build a solo.
Yeah, I know.
I've never been able to do it.
No, I'm not
Like,
sure I can too either. Yeah,
It's like it's a real specialist thing. But
yeah.
but when they do things like that, like if they can throw in and build some sort of signature thing into it and then go off into their own thing, like that's. I wish I had that mind.
Pretty special, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know.
composing on the spot sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
you got to have a lot of facility behind you to do that.
yeah. Especially the ostinato thing.
Yeah.
That's hard going.
Yeah.
It's great to watch. Virgil was in Melbourne the other day
Okay.
at Bird's Basement. I didn't go to that one, so I've seen him a few times before though.
I saw him many years ago.
You guys played with them once, didn't you? In Sydney?
Nah,
No?
don't think so. No, nah. I went and watched him with Southern Sons about 1991, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was the toned down version of him, wasn't it?
Yeah, love to see someone like that in clinic.
Yeah.
But musically, sometimes guys like that can leave me a bit flat. But that's all. We're not bagging anyone, are we?
No, it's just.
He's a monster. He's a real. He's an.
Yeah.
Well, so Dream Theater did this big audition thing for the drummers, right? Virgil was
Right.
one of them.
Really?
And what's the German guy that is also a technical? They're all technical beasts.
Okay. Yeah.
What's his name? Real happy sort of guy and a technical.
The guy from David Lee Roth's band.
What's his name?
Um, Greg Bissonette.
No.
No,
Oh,
he's not German.
mental blank.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully I'll look it up and maybe put it in the notes
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
There was a few of them, and quite a few of them, probably half a dozen of them, and Virgil was one of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really engaging little doco. It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Type in
Awesome.
Dream Theater drummer auditions.
Oh,
And
wow.
geez, for a band we don't like that much, we're giving them a lot of bloody time, aren't we?
They've attracted a lot of talent. But I swear I've never listened to one song.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
haven't either. It doesn't
I
grab me
just
much. Yeah,
I just remember there were folks that when I was going to Box Hill TAFE that were that were into that,
yeah,
and I knew what they were doing and what they were
yeah,
playing, and
yeah.
I wasn't into that. I was going.
The other way.
I just wanted to go back to basics. Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
I just love the basic. Having just a paradiddle
yep,
and just playing, funk patterns with your feet underneath.
yep.
That to me is like that would bore. I could do that for hours, and it would just clear the. It would clear any room.
Mate, I went
You
and
know.
saw Steve Gadd at the Basement maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago, six
Yeah,
years ago. And,
yeah,
every drummer you could ever imagine's there, watch
yeah,
Steve Gadd.
yeah.
And within the first few minutes, he did this fill between the floor tom and the snare. It was the note placement like made your legs buckle, it was such perfection.
It's
Anyway,
just
he's playing away and I've got company.
I've got a book just sitting over there, an old book.
Okay.
Um, where is it?
Anyway,
I can't see. Yeah, yeah,
room
go
full of
on.
drummers. There's one section of the song. It does a single paradiddle between the ride and the snare.
Oh,
It's like,
that's what I mean.
and it
Yeah,
was perfect for the music,
yeah,
Whereas I'd be
yeah.
thinking, oh, room full of drummers, I better pull off something a bit more slick. Nah, Gad,
No,
nah, single paradiddle.
yeah,
It was
and it
unreal.
just
It was perfection.
and a
Yeah.
thunderous applause
He
afterwards.
was, yeah, what a player. What a player.
Ah, yeah. That was my yeah.
Well, I've been listening to all those
My thing.
guys. Once COVID
What are
hit,
you listening to now? What are you
yeah,
listening
well,
to?
once COVID hit, I had been, I hate Spotify morally, but
Yeah, yeah,
I do use it because it's such a handy tool. And people have
yeah.
made playlists of, like Steve Gadd, Jeff
Right.
Porcaro, Simon
Yep.
Phillips, all your favorite drummers, everything they've ever played on, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
listening to this
Right.
stuff, and then so all through COVID, all I did was weekends I'd just listen to all that LA session stuff,
Yeah.
and because back in the day I didn't never liked it. It was always leaning to be a bit more corny or something. I was like,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
It was very pop. Like there was a lot of pop music, wasn't there?
I listen to it now, and man, it was some of the best music ever made. I reckon all those guys were jazz guys. It was like a rebirth of jazz and big band stuff, and the grooves that those guys played. It takes such control and discipline to play like that. Hey, I'd never realised, and yeah, so now that's all I listen to, and all I'm interested in
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think watching all the young cats on social media chop out all the time, I think has
Right.
pushed me in that direction as well. It's like,
Yeah.
would you just shut up?
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I mean,
It's great.
and
It's clever, and I'm jealous, and I can't do it. And I
uh,
haven't got the time they do to work all that stuff out. But
it's just become a physical, you know,
contest, competition, yeah,
feats of
feats of strength,
incredible, yeah, like that. And
yeah,
it's like, I like watching people just like, show you how they use their wrists. Maybe
yeah,
when they're just doing flams and things like that. Just all that.
yeah,
I just love all that. What is it now? It's basic syncopation, but executing the wrists and the arms in the in the proper mechanical way.
Yeah, I'm really
I
interested in
like
that.
that.
Yeah. I think it's because I'm getting older and my body can't
Yeah,
deal with some of my old techniques. I know you better bloody smarten your footwork
yeah.
and get. Yeah, I
Get
know.
balanced.
Yeah,
Balanced. I
yeah.
never, I never
And
thought
less
about
effort,
balance.
less effort.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the weight that you know, yeah, it's. Well, wouldn't we love to be able to just sit there all day and just do single strokes on the on the kick drum or something,
Oh
and
yeah,
just get your balance right, or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
do rudiments on your feet, which you've probably already done.
No, I have never really practiced much of that. I should have, but I never have.
Yeah,
Yeah, mostly hands, and then got the rest of the body to follow suit, sort of thing. Yeah.
yeah. So it was mainly your kick drums were mainly single stroke, but syncopated single stroke work, was it?
On bass drums, look, the main thing was I really wanted to get my hands really accurate,
Yeah.
and then from there I wanted to get every subdivision really accurate. So
Okay.
when I was playing bass drum or hi hat, I always try and be getting subdivisions
Yeah. Okay.
as accurate
Yeah.
as I could.
Yeah.
Probably went a bit overboard with it for many years and got a bit lost in it. Now I like to just try and find a pulse and groove.
Yeah. Yeah. And move
Yeah,
around a bit. Yep.
yeah. Mate, what's your footy background?
Oh God. So I was thinking about that today. So I did from like under nines to
Yep,
under 13s,
yep.
and I didn't play a lot of footy. Like I was benched like all the time. So my winters were shit.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if that year we were having a shit year, they'd put me in the forward pocket because it never came down our end. And these shit jumpers we had to wear, like they were Hessian,
Yeah.
they were
Okay.
Hessian. They didn't fit.
Really?
And I was tiny, I was skinny,
Geez, I
I
would have thought
wasn't rough.
Victoria would be bloody junior footy
Oh, mate,
utopia type thing.
we're talking, see, I don't know if you don't know where Red Hill is.
Nah, where's that?
It's down, well, it's winery district
Oh,
now,
right. Okay.
but it used to be
Oh,
Red Hill.
Dandenong sort of area?
No,
Or?
no, keep going down the beach.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Frankston.
Down Mornington Peninsula.
Oh,
Yeah, keep
yeah.
going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep going to the end,
Okay.
and you'll find Red Hill. And so yeah, that's
So you
it was
stopped after the age of 13 or you kept playing or?
after the no, I just stopped because it
Yeah.
was I
Yeah.
went to athletics because I wasn't physical enough.
Yeah.
I didn't have that kill mentality, and these big country boys, they just run through you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even on your own team,
Yeah.
like they just boom,
Yeah.
take your head off.
Yeah.
Just after you'd get rid of the ball, and 5 seconds later, someone had just run through you. It was just brutal.
Yeah.
And I think I got like
Country
whiplash about 10 times.
country footy's still like that, isn't it?
Probably, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what about you, mate?
Well, I grew up in Sydney, so
Not much.
Dad enrolled me in rugby union at age 5. I wanted to play
I
soccer, and
think.
he said, "Nah, you're playing rugby union. You're getting too chubby. Soccer doesn't start for another 6 weeks. We're going to play rugby union."
Oh,
It's like, oh,
shit.
right. Oh, yeah, okay. 5 years of age, and would score 3 tries every game right from the
Oh,
start. First
wow.
game, yeah.
Cool.
Then played through primary school, but started to lose interest because I was always pretty beefy,
Yeah.
and for that reason, they'd stick me in the forwards,
Yeah, okay.
and I was the second fastest in the team.
You're pretty solid.
Yeah, but
You've got a pretty solid build.
I was faster than all the backs, and all I wanted to
Yeah.
do was play 5'8",
Yeah, right.
and then, no, you're playing lock and you'll break away or whatever. And
Yeah, okay.
anyway, 1980, I watched a couple of games of VFL going, geez, this game's interesting, isn't it? And then
Yeah.
81, every Saturday afternoon, I'd watch it with my grandmother, watch VFL for the whole
Right.
year. And by the time that season finished, I started high school, and I said to my mates who I knew were in an AFL team, I said, I want to play AFL,
Right.
and that was it. So from high school, played AFL all the way through high school. Played
So
played reps and played in the state
oh,
carnival age 15
oh,
at Broken
mate.
Hill. Yeah,
Oh, so you've got a mean
played badly.
torpedo.
Played really badly in the state carnival at age 15. But I played.
That's huge.
Yeah, no,
That's huge.
it was a bit overwhelming actually because still had the rugby mentality of run
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
direction and
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and all
yeah,
the
yeah,
teams we played were just phenomenal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. You
yeah,
get to that level,
yeah.
it's heavy.
But
It's hard going.
by the time high school finished, I knew I wanted to do music, and I thought
Yeah,
if I keep playing footy, I reckon I'm going to cop an injury, which
yeah, yeah,
could
yeah.
jeopardize playing drums and whatever. So
Yeah, bugger that.
no, no. But
Stuff that.
the year I started playing too, the Sydney Swans came to town, and we'd get free tickets, and so
Well,
I was at every game, and as soon as I saw the Morwood brothers taking screamers, like back then there
yeah,
were
yeah,
like
yeah,
10 a game sort of thing. It was like,
yeah, yeah,
fuck, I'm sold on this game. This game is
yeah.
unreal. Yeah, and
Ah,
I reckon AFL is the greatest sport in the world. To
me
be honest,
too.
yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
me and my boys talk about it all the time. It's just like you can't you can't even there's nothing you can compare it to.
No,
This flying bodies flying everywhere, and a ball that you just don't know what's going to happen
the
to.
amount of running they do,
Yeah,
the skill
it's
level, the
and
physicality.
now
Yeah,
it's harder.
yeah.
You got to be able to be tough and agile, whereas before you could be, say in the
You could be
80s,
one
you
or the
could just
other.
be a brute,
Yeah, or a
or you
big,
could
tall,
be,
loping forward that they'd pop.
yeah,
You'd take the mark, and yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. But you would have seen the Dr. Edelston,
yeah, yeah. All that era. Yeah,
Sydney.
that was
Oh,
classic. Yeah, Big Barry Round and Warwick Kappa and all the gang.
oh, mate, that's yeah, yeah, yeah. That was exciting.
Diesel Williams was at the Swans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
before Carlton. Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah,
I was already a Carlton supporter. I fell in love with that '81 team, which was Mike Fitzpatrick, Kenny Hunter, Wayne
yeah. Okay.
Harms,
Oh
Johnson.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all that.
yeah, yeah.
How old are you?
When
Do you remember that?
55,
Oh yeah,
55.
so you remember all that too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I remember because that was when they were, they used to win premierships.
Yes.
Like, and I still wasn't really following it. I followed Carlton because I had to do something in textiles in year 8,
Yep.
and I just loved that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was like I said, oh, I'm going to make a Carlton cushion, and I'm just going to stick to that because my grandfather, he lived in Clifton Hill, which is right near Collingwood. And he was always sending clips of Collingwood down, Collingwood, Collingwood, Collingwood. And and I was like, no, this looks much better. Look at that. Like that's it.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
And watching people run around with that on
Yeah.
there's just
Yeah.
no comparison.
Yes.
Still now. I love the white Guernsey now.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
the navy blue.
yeah.
I love the navy blue. So, mate, we were going to talk about pre-season and all that sort of thing. I'm sort of glad we didn't actually, because I think I
Yeah.
would have looked a bit stupid.
Well, it's honestly,
Yeah.
it was pretty hard to watch.
Yeah.
It was chaos ball most of the time, and I was just thinking, oh wow, like,
I was going to say, how are you feeling coming into this match against Brisbane?
no, I wasn't. There was no way.
Yeah.
There was just no way, and I missed the first 5 minutes, and
Yep.
it was a goal each. As soon as I sat down in front of the television, Brisbane kicked 8 goals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to stick it on. I'm going to keep it on, and I'm going to watch them suffer because they deserve to suffer. I'm just brutal. I'm horrid. The worst supporter in the world. I'm like, no, watch this. Watch them just get humiliated. That's what they need. I'm just thinking to myself, this is the only way they get better, these guys.
Yeah.
They just have to put themselves in a position
Yeah.
where they're just getting, they look VFL. And then Cunningham kicked a goal, running into the goals. I think it was Cunningham.
Yeah. Cunner's got one in the second, I think, from memory.
Yeah. So, and then there was a couple of other sneaky ones, and Charlie started to kick a couple, and I'm like, oh shit. I was happy then because then I knew, okay, we can play, And then,
Feels like we're a proper footy team now after that win, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then 5 minutes later, we were a goal down.
Yep.
And I was just smiling my ass off.
Well, mate, it's funny. I watched a training thing on Carlton, the Carlton app, which I don't always look at. But I
Yeah,
watched
okay.
this one training session and they were transitioning the ball really fast.
Yeah,
I thought, oh, thank fuck for that. Look, that looks great. And
yeah,
then they were doing this amazing, like, really amazing skills, like almost like the old Hawthorn West Coast sort of plays where they're really sharp, precise passing
yeah,
and
okay.
trying to keep
Yeah,
it off each other.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I thought that looks really good. And then the two preseason games happened. I was thinking, what the hell's going on here?
Where is it? Yeah, where is
Have
it?
we
It's
learnt
just
nothing over the past preseason?
same,
Yeah, yeah,
same.
yeah.
Just chaos. Just getting it and running into people and running into their own people
And
and
bombing it
handball.
into the forward
Just
50 time and time again.
uh, just that really bad half last year.
And
That again.
to contrast, like Geelong and Melbourne looked like they'd really gone to school on stuff, right? And I was thinking,
Melbourne
well,
looked amazing.
why haven't we
Yeah,
done this?
yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
know. I know.
but I did go back and watch the Melbourne game, and there was some good stuff starting to happen. Especially Chera started to really fire up,
Yeah,
and was
yeah,
matching Petrarca. Was on Petrarca and kept him quite
yeah.
quiet actually.
I
Um,
could see what they were trying to do. I could see
yeah,
they, they were trying to run fast through the middle with the ball, but they just kept overrunning the ball.
yeah,
But I could see what they were trying to do.
yeah.
Like I could see that, and it wasn't working. And Melbourne they just looked seriously drilled.
Didn't they?
But I still
But then they
thought,
looked like crap against Sydney, didn't they?
I just thought, well, okay, so you've got a team. They've got a stacked list, but it's just all about Max Gawn.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
about Max Gawn.
Mm.
And I'm just like tired of it. It's like, yeah, okay, okay, he gets the tap out.
Although I will say,
And I,
Viney had a blinder against us in that preseason, but Viney looked really good. And that
so
young, was it Windsor? Is that his name? That young,
the young guy that came in,
he was
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
impressive. Yeah.
that was spectacular. And even their back line was just again, May and Lever,
Well, yeah. Well,
you know,
so I've been having this thought for the past few years. My greatest concern has actually been our midfield. Believe it or not, I know we've
mm,
got an elite midfield, but I feel like, and I'm not the only one. Turns out, I've been listening to a few podcasts, and everyone said the same thing. Footyology and two passionate blue baggers or blues supporters. I can't remember what they're called. And then
yeah, there's a few,
Baggers Chat, I think it's called.
yeah, okay,
All three of them said exactly what I've been thinking. Is they're sort of worried that we have no speed and explosiveness through the midfield,
mm,
and so everyone's been freaking out about the back line, but
mm,
I only think our back line didn't look great because Melbourne's midfield got over the top of ours
mm,
and had time
mm,
to deliver it really well to their forwards.
mm.
Vossi's really drilled the whole defence thing. He's nailed that down, I reckon. That system of defence is pretty good. And it's probably part of the reason we weren't so hot last year is because there was more of a defensive focus.
Yeah,
I came into it thinking I'm really worried about the midfield, and
mm.
man, they just got better and better and better as the night went on. And some of the tackles those guys broke is like, how the hell did you break free of that? Because Brisbane are a strong,
Yeah.
tough midfield.
That's
And they were
scary.
breaking tackles like they're little kids. Get out of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then that Carroll kid came on. It's like, where,
Well, not
where,
bad.
where have they been hiding this guy?
Yeah, and he didn't. I didn't think that he looked like a VFL player.
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought he looked really comfortable.
Didn't he? Yeah,
Like he was like, yeah, okay, I'll take it.
yeah.
Um,
Calm under pressure.
yeah, yeah, the composure. Like I just didn't. Usually you see a VFL guy. I know he's been in the system for a while, but you see a VFL guy, and you can sort of you go, oh shit, he's deer in the headlights, which is totally understandable.
Oh yeah,
But Jack Carroll to me, like, and I felt really bad because I wasn't even. I mean, because everyone's like, oh shit, Doc, and I felt really bad because I was thinking, well, hang on, it's Jack Carroll. He's all right.
he is. Yeah.
He's okay. So,
Well,
all right, we can.
I was getting wound up, leading up to the
That's
game,
terrible.
thinking, well, Walsh is out indefinitely now, and who have they been training to take his place? Probably no one.
Yeah.
Next thing, Jack Carroll comes on board and he killed it.
Sorry, is Walsh out indefinitely?
Well, on the official app, it said it's an indefinite time frame. They'll reassess it after the bye, but at this stage, indefinite.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's just
So-
that guy. Like, yeah. Well, that's us too, isn't it? Injuries. I mean, I guess it's every team, but
You know what I reckon with
Yeah.
Walsh, and I'm no biomechanist, so you can
yeah,
take it for what it's worth. But I noticed he runs flat-footed a lot. I wonder if that is a cause of his back
the
problems.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never noticed.
I wonder if he needs to get up on his toes a bit more. But that I could be
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. That's just.
But to see Carroll
I'm-
slot in there and just with so much composure and
Yeah.
and a bit of explosiveness out of the middle too.
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
good. Really,
yeah,
really good. We
yeah.
need it. We need it.
I know. It's like, I think this is us. I think this is us from now. It's like, like I hear a lot of people say, like, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's like that yet thing.
I reckon we're there now.
It's not happen. It's not. It's never going to look complete. Like, it's always going to be this. Oh shit! Who do we find now to replace that? And how do we? And it seems to be that's our lot. I don't think I haven't seen us come into a season like, okay, everybody's here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's just not.
Well,
so.
it was looking like that, hey? It was sort of
It was
a few weeks out. You're thinking, yes,
Yeah, we've got everyone.
Jack
and it's
Martin's back and
like,
Walshy and everyone's there. No,
no.
Waiters.
So I think this is us, and this is it, and how Vossi's just going to and the coaches are going to have to be experts on this filling up gaps constantly, because it could be Cripps next week. You don't know. It could be Sard. It could be any one of the guns.
I mean, I'd love to see, to be honest, I'd love to see Kennedy start stepping up and sort of taking a bit of the load off Cripps, and
I thought he was pretty good.
maybe rotate them back and forward from the forward line through the centre, Cripps and Kennedy. But I'm not a coach of AFL.
Yeah. But I think that's I'm done with the having any expectations about who's going to be in the team now, because it just doesn't work. It's not it. We don't have that.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
I mean, I had no expectations for Fantasia. What was it? 4 AFL games in 2 years or something. I was thinking, oh well, if he fires up, great. If not, doesn't matter. I'm not going to put any expectations on it. And
well, that's where I think we're really lucky. Is that
so far he's looked amazing.
With Akers, everyone was like, oh, no.
Can't kick it.
He's been awesome.
He's
right?
been fantastic.
Yeah, and then so now I'm thinking the same with Fantasia. They seem to like to come here and get a second wind.
Yeah.
And reinvent their whole thing,
Well, to be honest, it was a passage of play in the first quarter where he slotted this beautiful pass. I think it was to Harry. It was for our first goal.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, what a player. The experience shows, that really showed. And even in the preseason, that spin out of the centre and the pass he did, he found Charlie or Harry, I can't remember. Harry again.
Well, that's the stuff that we don't have.
That's right, yeah.
And that sharp kicking, that bullet kicking, we've really never had that.
Well, they were that training thing I watched before any of the season started. They were doing it So
Yeah. Okay.
hopefully that gets better. I
Yeah.
mean, one thing does concern me a little bit is I've noticed the most skillful players in our team are from other teams originally. The ones that have
Yeah. Yeah.
been drafted by Carlton.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah, so that's a
No.
worry, I reckon. But yeah, that pass from Fantasia was unbelievable. Boyd is another one with his disposals, just perfection, I reckon. Unreal.
He came really good
Yeah,
in the second half.
yeah.
He came good, and um, uh, see, Lewis Young and Kemp have been they've been my. I just
You were fit.
it's
Yeah.
hard to watch,
Oh,
but you know,
what about on Friday night? What did you think against Brisbane?
they got better, but like Lewis Young, he looked great in one of those men's catalogues. Like he looks beautiful. He's a great looking specimen. But this double fisted bullshit,
Mm,
it's like under nines thing, like don't double fist it. If you can grab it, grab it. If you can punch it, you get more reach with one arm. This bloody double fist thing, that infuriates me. It's like watching Lockie Plowman again, and Casbolt. Takes me back to all of that.
really?
That real hard
Uh,
to watch Carlton team, and he takes me back there. Yeah,
I thought, yeah, I got to say, I reckon he did a good job, old Youngie.
I think I'm the only one that isn't doing, saying he did well. But
I was never stressed about the backliner because I remember in 22, which wasn't that long ago, people seem to forget we were without Wiedering for a couple of months,
yeah,
and also what's his name? There are a couple. Oh, Williams. Williams was out for a couple of months too, and then came back
yeah,
in that final game and played like he's never missed a beat, just like he did on Friday night. Same thing.
I loved him. He was in my special mentions.
But we defended really well in 22 with Lewis without Wiedering
Yeah, I know.
and
I
without
know.
Williams. So
I know. No, he did. He saved it. He really did step into that role.
man, Williams was
So
unbelievable on Friday night for
what
someone
the
that's missed a
hell?
year of footy. Like,
And he does that bullet pass thing too.
yeah,
He can like lean back and just go bang. I
it's
love watching him.
it was really funny. I thought, who's this centre? Who's playing centre, number 6? And I was like, you bloody idiot, it's Williams. Because it
Well,
looks like he shed a bit of weight, which probably makes sense for a knee. Like, you don't want too much weight over the top of that knee. But,
he
geez,
looks amazing.
his run and he
Ah,
looked so sharp, man. Could not believe it. Yeah.
changing directions. Like he he's got that. He's got that skill. He has that skill. That
Yeah, which really helps our rebound transitions off halfback. I reckon it's really important. And
and
it's
it
something I think
changes the.
they've wanted to work on as well. They've said they wanted to improve that, and yeah, he's going to be great for that. Sard's been great right through the preseason. I thought he was really solid.
I can never knock Saad.
Yeah,
He just even when he has a quiet one,
yeah.
um, I can forgive him because he just saves us so many times.
The early days, I noticed he wasn't real keen on physical contest stuff, but he seems to go in pretty hard now.
He's all right now.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen him.
yeah.
I watched. I was watching him off the ball a bit, and um, yeah, he doesn't mind the physical stuff.
But mate, what about TDK and the ruck Friday
I thought
night?
he was good.
I thought he was great.
Nah, I
Yeah,
thought he was good, and like I'm not sure. Like, is that like I felt like he was a bit confused last year because so they put him down forward and then they'd use him in the ruck and they were still figuring out
yeah,
that system.
yeah.
But I think if he knows what he's doing, he can just concentrate on that. And because I think that he's still learning how to do that job. Like
Mm.
that's a killer
That's a
job.
hard job. Yeah,
It's just relentless,
yeah.
that knee in the guts all the time.
I'm not sure if I want Harry in there even though he was great, he was actually
Yeah,
really good.
he is. He
And
is.
when the ball goes to ground, he's just as good as TDK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
I know what you mean.
do you want to risk one of our main forwards in the ruck?
Yeah, getting smashed in the ruck.
Yeah, I don't know.
And even like I was looking around, it's like they've got Cripps in the ruck now,
Yeah, I know.
and he did all right, but
Cripper can take anything.
he just does anything.
He can do anything. Yeah,
Yeah. I'll just
had a good game. Had a very
yeah.
good game.
He did. I've heard some other podcasts say that he was instrumental in just
Yeah,
sticking to it, and I'm easily swayed in that direction.
it's
Like,
interesting they didn't put Dunkley on him to start. They Chera and Dunkley were matched
right.
up, which I think is a good matchup because Chera's slightly more athletic than Cripps and can probably match Dunkley in
Yeah,
that
Dunkley's
area.
probably a lot bigger, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's a lot taller.
yeah, but
I don't think he can be as agile as what Chera could be.
it's they're pretty similar size actually, and I
Are
thought,
they?
yeah, I thought it was a good matchup. Yeah, Dunkley's probably got an inch on Chera or something in
Yeah.
height, but
Yeah.
I mean Dunkley has towelled up Cripps last couple of times. He's had it over him a bit, and
Didn't Lockie wasn't it Lockie Neal that was on him last in the prelim?
yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was
I think it
Dunkley.
might
I
have.
thought it was
Was it?
yeah, I thought it was Dunkley.
Maybe they were just around each other a lot. I don't know.
By the end of the game, Dunkley was on Cripps. I noticed that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
too late. Cripps was
No,
killing
he
it.
was great.
Ac- and actually, the young bloke Carroll lined up on Lockie Neal, which I thought was really interesting. And you know what? Probably got over the top of him a bit.
Oh, well, Lockie Neal was just too busy being a dick.
Too busy being a man boy face.
Yeah, he was just trying that whole intimidation thing, and nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
It was just like, mate,
George Hewitt smacked him in the chops.
yeah, chin
We've all wanted to do it, George. Good on you.
and it was just a tap, but it was just like, and then Akers just looked at him like, "Fuck off."
What are
mate.
you going to do?
I
know.
I love it.
I got to
love this
say,
team.
George Hewitt's been looking fit and firing right from the
Yeah.
start, against Geelong,
Yeah.
against Melbourne, and
Yeah.
Friday night is unbelievable. I thought
Yeah.
Chera really stepped up again. I reckon he's going to be like Petrarca this year. I reckon he'll break out and just.
Love to see that.
I reckon he's halfway. He's nearly there now. Like he's.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'd love to see him just, because I reckon there's more in him.
I do too. Much more.
He's flashy. He's got that zip.
Good runner, good endurance runner, runs all day. Yeah.
So how good is Ollie Hollins?
Mate, so I went and watched a year ago. I can't remember what round it was. It was early rounds, 2, 3, 4. GWS played Carlton in Sydney, and I went to the game. And mate, that's Ollie Hollins' kid's amazing. I wish they all competed like he did. We'd be.
It's like
no one would touch us.
It's not first and second effort. It's like third and fourth with him.
Yeah, he's like the Terminator 2 that just keeps coming at you.
He is. This little guy, he's bigger than me, obviously, but he just looks so small out there.
Yeah, he's like, what's his name? Oh, God, what was it? Well, we all loved him on the halfback flank. What's his name?
Yeah.
Why can't I think of his name?
Yeah, he was.
It's almost blasphemous.
He could still be playing.
Yeah.
He could still be playing. I don't know why he retired.
He'd rock up to his house with a pair of boots. Yeah, right.
And he'd be fine. Yeah. We know who he is.
Jeez.
We know who he is.
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
I get a lot of that now. There's going to be a lot of just name.
We just lost all the Carlton listeners for that one.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, how could you forget that guy's name? That's just ridiculous.
Anyway, he reminds me of him.
Yeah. Just nothing like you don't look at him and go, oh shit, but he's like a crazy rabbit.
Yeah.
He just doesn't stop.
No. Well, it was like that, awesome. A year ago. Sort of, it was maybe second, third game in, and he was just didn't
Stop.
stop all day. He got absolutely hammered by someone out on the wing. Really got hip and shouldered pretty bad,
Yeah,
and
he's
he
tough.
still got up, still went
Yeah,
at it. Yeah.
he really is tough.
Mate,
What
I
else?
watched the replay, took some notes, and the
Yeah, I watched it again.
the turnaround was in the second quarter,
Yeah,
led by Fogarty, I reckon.
yeah.
He got a
I
sniff of a bit of mistake by their fullback, I think, or their ruck, I'm not sure. And he went at it and he tackled him and got holding the ball and kicked a goal. And his pressure was like he's an amazing player, that guy. Amazing
yeah,
pressure, just a great role player for the team. He
yeah,
deserves more credit, and he single-handedly, I reckon, started to turn that game around with his
yeah.
pressure
Okay,
and
yeah,
contest. Yeah,
yeah. I miss, I overlook him a lot,
yeah.
and I don't watch him enough because he is underrated. Yeah, um, but yeah, he did. He's that's one of his better games, though. I reckon. Like for me.
Yeah, it was, but he did. I was going to say before, even against Melbourne, he started to inject himself a lot into
Yeah,
in that second half. So in
he
pre-season,
didn't. Yeah, he didn't look like he left anything out there after the
no,
game. Like he
no,
looked like
no.
he was tanked. But I liked talking about the turnaround in the second half.
Yes,
Hewitt mentioned that in when he was talking to the media afterwards, and apparently Voss had said, "Forget about the scoreboard.
yeah, okay,
Forget about the scoreboard. Let's just get this, and this right."
yep.
And I thought, geez, that's that's so good. Like, all of us want to hear, oh, they got a spray,
Yeah.
and then and it's like that.
Especially us
It's
older people. Yeah, get into
yeah,
it.
get into
Old
it.
school, bloody tell them.
Fuck's sake, mate.
Wake up
It's
to
like
yourself.
slap him in there. But it's like I think now we have someone that can guide them.
They said he was very composed, actually, at quarter time,
Yeah,
half time. Yeah.
yeah. So that's the new, that's the new. Well, that's footy now, isn't it? I guess the spraying mentality and the like. That's handy info to just say to someone, just put them into switch their mind into a different mode and say, don't think about this, think about this, and look what happens.
Well, the pressure really started to lift from that second quarter, and it's sort of halfway. Oh no, about 7 minutes to go. Really kicked in, and mate, their pressure was unbelievable. And it's amazing once that pressure's on how rattled Brisbane were, and how little time they had to play
Yeah,
that clean brand of footy they like.
yeah,
And it's amazing how we started to play cleaner, much cleaner footy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's. I actually felt even in when it was down their end in the last 30 seconds, I was unusually comfortable.
yeah,
I thought, no, they know what to do now.
yeah.
This has happened to them so many times where they've beaten by a point or they've been beaten by 5 points. They know exactly what to do now, and
Mm.
what not exactly what to do, but they know that don't fuck around. Get it to ground or just boot it up the other, get it away from there. And usually they've just like been stifled in that area when there's. I remember the heart wrenching Cozzy
Oh,
Pickett, sorry, goal that got. I was there at that game, and I watched that go through, and that was like when we had like so much of our game was good, but we just didn't know what to do under the pressure
yeah,
when teams started coming at us.
yep,
And I think now we know what to do.
yeah.
And that's huge because they start to come like Collingwood and Melbourne, Brisbane, all of those, the top six, whatever. They come at you like they throw everything at you.
And they can suddenly just turn it on too, especially Collingwood.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden 2 goals are kicked and it's like, shit, we had it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we know what, touch wood, I think we know what to do now.
Oh, mate, if we can come back, I mean, look, from what I've been listening to in media, Brisbane are pretty firm favourites with a lot of people, like a lot of
Yeah,
commentators and ex so-called experts. Um,
rightly so though.
yeah, I agree.
Like
I agree.
they could have easily as they could have been premiers
Very solid all across the ground, and for us to come back from 46 points down to win
at the
at
Gabba.
the Gabba, I reckon that proves we're a real footy team now. Like the
Fuck,
days of,
that's
it was
yeah,
always heart in your mouth, wasn't it? You don't.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and now I think no, I think we can relax into the fact that no, we're gonna
We're
go really
gonna
well this year.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna every game is gonna look like there's just less confusion.
Yes.
Like it's just been watching them over the last 5 years. It just looks like total confusion out there.
Yeah.
But now it just looks like it still looks like confusion, but there seems to be more backup. There
Mm.
seems to be someone coming to help.
Yes. Yeah.
There's always someone coming along to help.
And it looks like finally we can sort of plug people into the system as well, which
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
best. That's one of the most encouraging things, I reckon. I mean, we did that
Well,
without Weeders.
yep.
Uh, who else was missing?
Welsh.
Walshy, um,
Who else?
Martin.
Yeah, Jack Martin.
Jack,
Like we really miss him.
yeah,
Sauce, of
Sauce,
course.
obviously. Yeah, that was tragic.
Yeah, that sucks. I
And
I
now
really.
Doc, but I'm somehow not as worried. That sounds terrible, but you know,
I know it.
I think he can be covered. We especially don't need him as much in the back line anymore. Even though I think he played some of his best footy there.
Yeah,
But the Carroll kid obviously was killing it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I think we're
Um,
going to be all right regardless.
Charlie and Harry were,
Oh,
you know,
mate.
like even the whole that whole goal kicking thing. Now I couldn't give a shit about that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I don't care anymore. It's like some go through, some don't. I'm not worried
Oh,
about
look,
it.
look. The media just got to drum up business and clicks, and
Oh,
like
some of the
Harry in the both games of the preseason looked amazing, fit and hungry. He looks really hungry. And
just if
against Geelong, he slotted one from 50 metres, drop punt
yeah,
in that wind,
yeah, yeah,
straight
yeah,
through the middle, like no problem at all.
yeah, yeah,
I reckon he's fixed.
yeah.
I reckon he's fixed
So
most of his
so
problems, and he's going to miss a few, but they all do.
they all do
Yeah,
70-30 really, isn't it?
yeah.
With those guys, but him athletically and
Oh,
flying in the air and marking balls when he's running 100 miles an hour.
and he's hungry for it. He looks really
Oh,
hungry. Yeah, and
oh,
thankfully, Charlie got on the run too. I was going to say, it was really good to see him even in the first quarter. He was running right up the wing, and then
yeah. I saw him in the back line.
I was going to say he popped up in the back line at some point. I can't remember
They
where that
just said,
was.
get down there. And I was surprised to see him down there taking marks, but I wasn't really in agreement with it. I thought, can you please go back down the forward line and let Lewis Double Fists Young, you know, have some time down there, please?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Mate, how did you think Owies went?
I'm a fan of Owies. So
Yeah, I am too, actually.
he lifts crowds,
Yeah.
and I know, oh, he played a serviceable role. You get that all the time. No, I'm happy when he's out there.
Yeah, look, I reckon he's the sort of guy that just pops up at the right time, at the
Yep.
right moment.
We didn't have Motlop either.
No, that's right. Yeah, no Motlop. And
So those two I like. I like. I mean, some people it's a no-brainer for Motlop, and some people not that much into Owies. But I just think he loves the occasion,
he does, yeah.
and I like that too because it makes people go nuts.
Well, mate, his pressure in the third and fourth quarter was really elite.
Yeah,
He was tackling and pressuring
yeah,
as much as Fogarty,
yeah,
actually. I was going to say, there was a lot of second, third, fourth efforts that really made the difference. Um, I think at
yeah,
one point, can't remember if it was the third or fourth quarter, Fantasia actually ran onto a handball at full speed and he fumbled it.
yeah,
which
Yeah.
was fair enough. You know, we're still a bit rusty, and he was running at full speed. It
Yeah.
was a fast ball, dropped it,
Yeah.
but then he made up for it. Two guys came in, and he contested with him, and he got a boot to the ball, and they got
Yeah.
the ball out, and we won the ball back. Like, it was that second effort, and
Yeah.
there's countless
Yeah.
incidents like that
Yep.
where those second, third efforts, refusal to give up, was the difference actually, and won the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. The guy that sticks out for me for that is Hollands. That
yeah,
some of the times, like he might fumble and do some weird stuff
yeah,
or kick into the mark, but
yeah,
then he just goes at it again.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then, he happens to slow the ball down and someone's running past and we get it back again. So, like, I can't blame people for just making a frustrating, it's frustrating to watch. But when they keep going like that, it's like, what can you do, make up for it?
One of their players got the ball on the wing, and Hollands was a bit out of position and a fair way away, but mate, he took off at him.
Yeah.
And the pressure, like the perceived pressure, made the guy, bugger the
Yeah.
kick,
Yeah, it's just even a nudge, just a push, just a hand on the jump, whatever.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
It does, yeah.
And yes, and I saw that.
As I say, I wish they'd all take a leaf out of his book sometimes. But
yeah.
I reckon the whole team. I can't think of someone that had a bad game on
Nah, I can't.
Friday night.
I can't.
Everyone put in, I reckon.
Yeah, I've been trying to sort of pick something out of it, but all I saw was just, well, of course, the first half I just saw red, and then the second half I just was in bliss. I was just kicking back, and I was just 8 seconds to go. I was jumping up and down, going, "Fuck you, Brisbane!" in the lounge room at the top of my voice with all the windows and doors open. Like,
it was pretty enjoyable.
I was just like, it was heart attack. We can't do that anymore because something that we'll have a coronary.
Oh, mate, I know. Especially if I keep getting any fatter. Yeah, interesting. Funny. Once out, we put pressure on. They started to bomb it too a bit, and and then we had a guy in the drop zone waiting for that. Yeah, amazing.
It sort of goes your way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
When it's going, when it's going your way, those bloody bombs.
Yep.
But when it's not, it's like you can guarantee
that's what we'll
the
do.
opposition are going to be sitting there.
Yeah.
But no, I can't. I'm beat Brisbane.
Yeah.
First game out of the blocks.
Yeah.
With the obvious people out.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
Fuck it. It's done.
Now,
Richmond.
Yeah. Well, before we get to that, I'll just quickly, a couple of more observations. One was, I noticed that Fogarty was rallying the forwards, which was really interesting. Yeah.
So he's taken on a leadership role.
Well, it looked like it. He was really laying it down. And then McGovern was laying down the law in the back line. So that was quite interesting. I thought McGovern was amazing. He's becoming a very, very handy intercept defender, that guy.
Yeah, he was talked about all pre-season by all of the media.
Yeah.
He was like, that David King was going around watching a lot of games, a lot of practice matches. And, he just pointed him out a lot, number 11. McGovern was fit. Fuck, I hope he doesn't go down.
It was actually Gov that switched to the corridor that last passage of play to Newman. And that kick from Newman into the forward line was perfection for Harry. Like, that was...
He's another one that can do that bullet kick.
Yeah, yeah.
Sydney
player, that's why.
Right. Not for ages.
Once again, not developed by Carlton.
Yeah, thanks for that.
No, I just think it's interesting.
Mate,
the most skillful players aren't the ones that were signed on from the start.
But you know where they end up, don't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a real team.
Melbourne. Melbourne, Victoria, mate.
I've always loved Melbourne, mate.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny, like I mean, when I was younger, if I could have afforded it, I would have preferred to have lived in Sydney because I don't know. It seemed back in the say the 80s or whatever. When you got to Sydney, it was like, whew, this is a different tempo
Yeah, it would be.
to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just you felt like shit.
It's just
I'm
become
doing something.
it's become a very different place now, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I live in the Hunter Valley now. I couldn't live in Sydney again. Well, for a
Not
start, I
unless.
couldn't afford to.
No. It's like yeah, we're all living on the
But yeah.
outer edges. I think we've equaled you now with real estate.
Yeah,
Like
you would have.
it's
Yeah.
not livable.
Yeah.
Everything's become. Anyway, fuck that.
It just
Talk about
seems
it.
to still be an ounce of soul left in Melbourne or something. Every time I go
Yeah,
down there.
yeah. I like it. I like where we are. It's quiet.
Yeah. Where are you now?
Mornington Peninsula.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's not it's not a holiday destination either.
Yep.
We used to live down in the end, down at Rosebud, and just
Rosebud.
Christmas, mate. It was just people parking in your driveway and all that stuff.
Okay. Right.
So we got out of there and moved up a little bit,
Yeah.
and now it's we don't get that holiday shit.
Yep.
That just smashes the peninsula
Yep.
to pieces. So yeah, we dodged that. So it's good. The only thing now is I need to do now is soundproof this dungeon.
Yep.
So that I can actually play my real drums.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't played them for a long time. They're in the corner in bags.
Like those ones over there.
But in bags.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
You doing
little
much playing now?
Just recording.
Okay.
Just with the V drums.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just recording and mucking around with triggering stuff now.
Okay.
I haven't done that before. I've just recorded audio into the laptop before. Now I'm starting to look at
Triggering samples.
triggering,
Yeah.
playing kits that are in the doors and
Yeah.
things.
I do that from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
fun.
got its own problems,
It
but
feels funny, doesn't
they're
it?
very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the snare drum feels very strange.
It does. Yeah. And you
It's
can't get that. You can't get that same dynamic and control that you want, but you can always edit.
And then it just sounds like an edited MIDI track.
Sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it'll never be,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will never be.
Yeah.
Although audio straight into from the audio from the V drums into the laptop is pretty damn good.
Yeah. I've done that before. Yeah.
The signal's different or something. I don't know what it is, but when I just drop say you were to do a press roll and you just went like that on the snare drum,
Yep.
it distorts.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what that shit is. It's got something to
From
do
the
with
audio or MIDI are you talking about?
from the MIDI.
MIDI. Yeah. Yeah. There's all sorts of what do they call it?
Still working through it.
Latency stuff. With
Latency's all right.
latency, you got to work out with MIDI.
Yeah, got that sorted.
I've got V drums back there, and I find when I track with them, I have to then manually go through and lift all the velocities of the bass drum because for some reason this kit doesn't, the MIDI doesn't register real well. But
okay.
yeah, it's all that stuff. But
It's all
then
tech
it is
stuff.
quite handy to move something slightly if you don't like where it is.
You don't have to do that, mate. You don't have to do that. You're pretty precise.
We couldn't back in the day, could we?
Yeah, I did a bit of it. Yeah, I
Did
did
you?
do a bit of it. Yeah, I had one of the first like high-end electric drum kits by D Drum, they were called.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, and they were pretty good.
Yeah.
But live, it was shocking. Like you have a monitor there, So all your drums are coming from over there, you know.
Yeah,
It's just bizarre.
that'd be strange. Yeah.
Oh, it was weird. It was at Billboard too.
Okay.
And so the sound was just disappearing everywhere. And it's just little old me on this like riser, you know, and I couldn't hear the rest of the band. I just had a click track and fuck. But it's come away since then.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is pretty good. Mate, Richmond, what do you reckon?
Pretty safe. I don't think it's going to be like, you know, I think they're just going to just get it done.
Yeah, I
I think they'll
tend to
just get
agree.
it done.
I hope they
Um,
don't. I hope they don't think like that because I think Richmond, they're only a few years ago they were a premiership team, and
yeah, I think
they're one
I
of
think
those annoying teams that
yeah,
on their day can really trouble you.
I think by that I mean they're going to do a professional number on it.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
just stick to a system and they'll just go, you know, we need to fix this, that, and they'll be very, very methodical. I think
mm,
there won't be much heart and soul going into it. It'll
mm.
just be like, you know, let's just get this done. Let's get these fuckers out of the way.
Well, we sort of need to. I mean,
Move on.
we've got to win. We've got to get wins in the bag this year
Yeah,
because
can't drop those.
if you can get in that top two and get a couple of chances at
Yeah,
it, I think it's really important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which that season we blew. You know, we dropped a couple of games that we should have won. Not last year, but the year before.
And if we're going to continue with the pressure being our brand, it's great. It's a hard way to win footy, and it'll take a bit of toll on a
Yeah,
few bodies.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
the more
gonna
chances at the end of the
unless
year.
they really. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't get to the end of the year and we're just smashed to bits
Yes,
because I
like
think that
last
had
year.
something to do with it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Cripps
yeah.
had a bloody,
Like physically.
pillows
Oh,
around
mate,
his
what the
ribs. And
hell is he? Yeah.
Akers was playing with
He
one
did.
arm, and yeah.
He was running around, kicking goals.
Marking one hand. Yeah,
Doc was fucked. Um,
yeah.
poor blokes.
So it would be good.
Jeez.
It would be good to get that second chance. Um, yeah, I'm sure Richmond will be madly doing whatever they can to get Martin and what's the forward Lynch back in the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, I reckon
yeah.
they've probably saved them for this game. But I don't. I think, unfortunately for Richmond, I think they're on the decline.
Yeah,
But this time of year they're dangerous too because they're fit and the old bodies aren't as tired and there are some bloody experienced players in there.
well, Bolton, it can kill you.
Yeah, Bolton, yeah, and what's his name, Rioli in the back line
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what's that other guy with the mullet? What's he? Um,
Oh, yeah, Martin. Oh, no,
no,
you already said that.
what's his
Um,
name?
which mullet? Jeez.
He's a halfback flanker, really good. He's another good rebounder. Um,
Yeah. No.
pacey little bloke. When I say little, he's probably about 4 inches taller
Yeah.
than me,
Yeah.
but
6'5".
yeah,
Yeah.
6'1". Yeah.
Anyone you don't see. This is the thing. Like you don't know. You just don't know. You can't lay down.
Yeah.
You can't think. Oh, you know,
We're going to breeze through this
we've
one.
got Essendon. You know, or we've got
Yeah.
North.
Yeah.
It's like no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You have to just keep going.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think this year as well is going to be a lot more even than people realise. I think, um, Essendon are a chance of top 8. They
Yeah.
were quite good last year,
Yeah.
and with Brad Scott at the helm,
Yeah.
they're only
So
going to get better. St Kilda are only going to get better with
yeah.
Ross there. Adelaide,
Gold Coast.
Adelaide have been, Gold Coast with Hardwick.
Yeah.
I think Adelaide have been building really nicely for a few years now.
Giants. Man.
Oh, mate, I reckon they're a dark horse
Jeez.
for the premiership. Actually, just between you and me. Yeah,
I never count them out. Never.
I was actually finding myself quite envious of them in that final they lost to Collingwood.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought they looked
Yeah. Yeah.
really really good. Yeah, and
Yeah.
sure enough, they belted Collingwood. This year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 They did it convincingly. I thought.
they'll be a big threat to everybody, I reckon, the Giants.
They look to me like that serious professional brand that I was talking about,
Yep.
like
Yep.
super focused.
Yep.
Like, yeah, they just look different. Like Toby Green looks like a different. He's a different guy.
Yep.
Like he's just not carrying on at all. He gets carried. He gets a lot of shit physically,
Yeah.
and he just keeps cool. Like if he can do that, and he's going to be seriously even. His game's going to get better.
Hogan looked good the other day too.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
you know.
yep, yeah.
So,
They're great. They're a good team.
but mate, back to our forwards. I mean, it was really exciting to see Charlie have a good run around the field and get physical. You know, after the Melbourne game, I thought, you know, you do need to toughen up a bit, Charlie. You can't just
Yeah,
you just can't be the prancing
yeah.
pony anymore. You're going to have to man
No.
up a bit because he's easily as big as any of the backs. Like he's a physically a big man. I just don't think he's realised how big and strong he is just yet.
He is, and he's also athletic.
Oh yeah, get him running.
He does crazy shit.
Oh yeah, you want to
He
tag
does
me?
go-
Good. Let's run 18 kilometres
Yeah,
tonight. See how you go with that. Yeah, absolutely.
and he can fumble the ball in front of him, pick it up, and just snap it around his body.
Yeah, yeah,
And he's a big dude.
yeah.
So like
He's like a
he can do whatever
skillful
he wants.
midfielder. Yeah. Harry ran
Yeah,
14
yeah.
kilometres on Friday night. That's a lot of k's for a forward.
Wonder, yeah. Wonder, oh, in the heat,
Yeah,
it would have
14.
been warm up there.
Yeah, it probably would have been. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, apparently the ball was slippery. That's how warm it was.
Oh, really?
So yeah, no, yeah. It was Fogarty looked. He just looked drowned. Um, a lot of them collapsed like it was a grand final. You know,
Well, it would have
it
felt
was
good.
awesome.
You know, they sort of reversed what
Yeah,
happened in the final last year.
yeah,
They you
yeah.
know,
Just fixed it.
we got jumped this time, and we ran them down and overran them
It's
to the end,
true.
which is what
It's
happened
true.
to us. Yeah,
I know. Wasn't that? Oh, that was terrible. Five
yeah.
goals up. We fucking blew it.
I mean, I feel for
Yeah,
that. I feel for them with Coleman, Kitty Coleman.
yeah,
I mean, he's a gun of a player. That guy.
yeah. Shit, yeah. God.
He sort of destroyed us in the final a bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, a bit devastating for them.
That sucked because
I wonder if it affected the game. Possibly, I'm not sure, but
I doubt it.
yeah.
Obviously no, not against Brisbane. No,
Mm,
no, they're a professional
mm,
bunch.
mm,
They just get on with it.
mm.
I mean, you can say that about any team really, because just people going down left, right, and centre.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, people have been carrying on about Russell a fair bit, but
nah.
Sydney were undermanned. They were missing
Yeah.
Taylor Adams, Callum Mills,
Oh,
and one more
big
went down as well.
big names.
Yeah,
Parks,
Luke Parker.
Parker. Yeah. Big.
Three of their toughest big-bodied midfields are out,
Yeah.
and they still, you know, did over Melbourne. I was a bit shocked at that, to be honest, but
Melbourne. Yeah. They just I like they've got a team full of stars,
yeah, they do.
and sometimes they just look slow.
Mm,
I don't know why. They're
mm,
big. They are a big team.
mm.
I don't know, but there's just too much focus on Max Gorman. It's just
Yeah,
there's so many other players out there.
he
Like
copped a hiding from Grundy.
did well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like it. I love it.
I thought TDK was a better ruck on the night too. On Friday night, I thought he really
He
gave
won a
it to him.
lot.
Yeah, yeah,
He won a lot, and clear tap outs too. They were.
yeah. And then
So
he's
and
another
who's
one
their
that can run
ruckman?
all day and really athletic.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forget his name.
he's a big dude.
He
Like
is. Yeah,
he's a big unit.
yeah,
Um, TDK, yeah. Like I said, I think if he gets a chance to just you know concentrate on one role,
mm,
um, it's too much to take on. Like to be a ruckman and a forward at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
No, it doesn't work.
I got to tell you, I was worried about the injuries, but then when I saw the team selection on Thursday, I thought, that's actually a really smart selection. We could trouble them. you know. Well, Doc in the midfield and Cotterill in the forward line. It's like, yeah, Williams and Sard bouncing out of halfback. This could just work. It might
They,
just work.
they'll give you a headache.
Yeah.
Cottrell, well, he's one of the fastest guys in the league.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh no, he runs all night. He runs like 17
yeah,
k's a game, and
yeah. He's one of the fastest guys around. Um, it, he didn't have he didn't play to his fullest either, but um, he's handy to have around.
oh yeah, yeah,
Super handy.
yeah,
And then when he does play 100%, man, he kicks goals and does all sorts of crazy shit.
yeah.
And I love his celebrations. His celebrations are just great. When he was running away from Charlie, I don't know if you remember that one.
I do
When he
remember
backed
that,
away
yeah.
from him.
Yeah, yeah.
I just shit like that. It makes it exciting. I don't know.
And he's not just going to be a half forward flanker. He covers a lot of ground, so he'd probably
Yeah,
push down to the wing and be another
yeah,
option for the
yeah,
midfield type thing.
yeah,
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense actually, him being up there. Kennedy was great in the forward line when he was up there too. I thought
yeah.
yeah,
I like him too. I'm a fan of Kennedy's.
me
Like
too. Yeah,
I just want him to give him a chance to stay there long enough to, you know what I mean? Like he's in and out a lot, and it's like, can you just give him a serious run?
yeah. Well,
I
he's
don't know.
also injuries is a
Was
bit of
it?
yeah, injury is an
Uh,
issue for him. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
he was injured last year. I think a knee. In an awkward tackle, he did some sort of knee damage. Not a ruptured ACL or anything like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it
But
kept
enough.
enough to keep him out for about I can't remember 4 to 6 weeks
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So and this year he was not in either of the warm ups.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think he had a run with Williams in VFL the week before, so that was about as much footy as he'd played, and
Okay.
I thought he
He
played great.
he did well.
Yeah,
I love seeing them all in the midfield like that. I don't think they get in each other's way. I think they
yeah.
play really well together. And
That,
they've been around a long time now.
And I was going to say, just I wish they were a bit faster, but you know what? On Friday night, it didn't seem to matter. They seemed to,
Pull out of there pretty
yeah,
well.
they matched Brisbane, who are a good midfield.
Yeah,
So,
yep, yep.
yeah, but Kennedy's another one I think is capable of a lot more, just like Chera. I think
Yeah,
Kennedy's, it would be good to see him have a consistent run and really see what he can do because I think he's capable of being like Cripps. Really,
yeah,
he's a big boy, Kennedy.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
strong.
another bull.
He
It's
is a
like, I
bull.
love
Yeah,
seeing them all out there.
yeah,
All the bulls like
yeah,
Hewitt.
yeah.
And then you've got your finesse in Chera, and hopefully, if Jack Carroll's around,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
a little bit of zip there as well,
I heard
and
that
then
Billy Gibson, is that his name? Or Billy Wilson? What's his name? The new recruit.
I'm not familiar. I have heard his name, but I haven't
Apparently, he's
seen
been
any.
training in the midfield a little bit too, which is good.
Okay, okay,
Mate, he won me over purely on the mark he went for against Melbourne. It was gutsy,
right,
and he flew for a mark.
okay,
And it's like, yep, I like you, kid.
yeah.
What did you
Playing
think?
for a spot.
What did you watch the practice matches?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of some of the new recruits? Just out of interest.
Uh, oh, I was too busy watching them fumble and fuck around, and I didn't notice who
Throwing
was
stuff at
coming
the
in or
TV.
out. Just ragging them out and going, "Ah, here we go again."
Mm, mm,
First six.
mm.
So I didn't. I know. I think Binns came in. Jackson Binns was in
Yeah,
for a little
a lot
bit.
of people raving about him, but he didn't grab me in any way. I
Uh,
don't know,
yeah, it's another guy that might look awesome in the VFL and
possibly.
then goes to AFL and it doesn't translate.
Having said that, were you a Dower? It seemed Dower, Paddy Dower. You either loved him or hate him,
No, I wasn't a fan.
weren't you?
No,
I
no.
I was desperate to see him play because of that. What I've been talking about, a bit of dash in the midfield, and
No, I wanted to see him do what Jack Carroll
yeah,
did.
okay, yeah.
That's what I wanted, and it never happened.
Mm.
It was too. He was, and no, it just
Fair
didn't.
enough.
It didn't click.
Yep.
Not for me. And so I wasn't hating on him. I just thought, I wish you could.
Yep.
Like I wish you would, like just
Step up a bit.
Yeah, just have some of that. There's just a different. There's just a little bit
I know what you're saying.
of a
There's
mental fucking in there, and he didn't seem to click into
it's funny.
that
Yeah.
fuck you mode.
He did everything Paddy Dowd did, but he had just an X factor, didn't he? Carroll on Friday night.
Carroll was like,
Yeah.
I'm taking this.
Yep.
And Paddy Dowd was like, well, I think I
sort
can.
of am.
Yeah, I want to. And that's what it felt like. And
I thought he did all right, but yeah.
But he was up against a stacked midfield. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole scenario didn't.
Bit sad
work.
for him, but yeah. Anyway,
he'll be right though.
Yeah,
he'll be all right.
But mate, I was impressed with not so much against Geelong, but against Melbourne. I thought Elijah Hollins was starting to look good. And I thought that Moya. He looks like someone that's going to be really good. He got a bit out positioned and out muscled a couple of times.
Yep.
But at the same
time,
he had something. Yeah, he's got that fire in the belly and that X factor. He's not small either.
No, he didn't have the classic deer in the headlights. Oh shit! Now I'm in AFL. There's just it's really weird. Like you don't really know because you're watching it on the screen.
Yeah.
But the way it translates to screen it's really telling.
He stood out to me. He stood out as someone that's going to be really good. Yeah. Cowan, what's the go with Cowan? What's your take on Cowan?
Again, like it doesn't. The switch hasn't, like, it just needs to switch.
He was okay first few rounds last year.
It's not that these guys are bad.
And he's a big kid, I tell you what. He's for an 18-year-old or whatever he was last year, he was massive, massive body.
See, if you had an opportunity like that and you were like that big, wouldn't you just fuck people up?
Oh, yeah, but
just to make a statement. Just run through, boom, fucking kick it off, just mongrel it off the boot into the goals. I don't know. That's what I'd do.
I think it must be a bit overwhelming too. The pace and the skill and the when you get to that level, just go, holy shit! Look at him! Look at him!
It's the difference between like a biplane and then like the last Top Gun that just came out.
Because there are always those kids when they're playing footy growing up that were just physical freaks, It's like
yeah, absolutely.
And that's all they all play AFL now.
Yeah.
In fact, no, the physical freaks that are even above those physical freaks are the ones that play AFL. So
the physical freaks used to go to state.
Yeah.
But then
the extra level ones that play.
There's another thing. There's like that composure.
Yeah.
When you're like 17 or 18 and you have that composure as well. That's a different step.
Yeah.
You can be a gun, you can be flashy, do this, that, and the other, but I've seen some of these local guys play for say Casey, which is Melbourne's feeder, and you watch them, the composure up against bigger blokes than them in the goal square, and they're able to move their body around and take marks on the chest even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a whole different, and you just kind of go, oh, gee, that looks good. That'll work. Well, that's that composure, I think, is what it is, instead of just going, ah!
Yeah. And look, some people just get to AFL and thrive and others don't they? And then you got to get through all of it without injuries, the least amount of injuries as you can,
and be a good boy. Like you got to be squeaky clean.
Yeah,
you got to do everything right. Like you can't. There's a phone everywhere is, filming you.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
As Elijah Hollins sort of found out.
Yeah, well, a lot of them.
A lot of them. Yeah. To Goey in Bali.
Oh, mate. I mean. but even this year, still it's happening. You know,
Mm.
so what a tough job.
I think it would be, you know. I think they. I think we underestimate the pressure that they're constantly under. Those guys,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and if they don't get the right
training the.
mentors,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're 18. Look at, I mean,
But it must even that must give them the shits though, you know. Like Monday mornings, your mentor 2 hours of
yeah, fuck off.
mindset training, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
What mindfulness?
Yeah, whatever
You
it is.
know,
Yeah.
have you done your affirmations today, boys?
Have you visualized holding the AFL
Yeah.
trophy?
Oh, I just want to get on the end of a couple.
Have you visualized wiping out Pickett for what he did to Cripps in the final?
Well, Lynch's thumb in Sard's eye. I've still got a picture of that on my phone.
Yeah. I mean,
Never
I
forget
actually
it.
wish someone did bloody harass Pickett in that practice match a bit. Like,
Wasn't he a piece of... He was a piece of shit.
how did he get away with that? Seriously.
He was
And he was,
just not jumping, punching dudes and
yeah, he was
everything. I
getting a
was like, what do you...
bit snipery in the practice match too, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, in the practice
If
match. I was
someone
just
needed
like,
to just run through him, eh? Like,
oh, mate, like what, you know, Red Hill days.
but
Just like, fuck you, mate. Bang!
but
Into the stands.
but we're old school, mate. You can't say that anymore.
No, 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 but you can still...
But I wish someone was on
You
his
say it
case.
when
I
you...
haven't forgotten you, buddy. Haven't forgotten what you did to our
Absolutely.
Captain Cripps. I'm going to be on you all day.
Yeah, yeah,
Here,
yeah, yeah. I'm going to annoy you until you hit me in the
yeah, have
face.
a little rib punch.
Yeah.
That's the entree. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, I think I'd like to see that come back into the game.
Oh, sometimes I wish Carlton had just a little bit more of that about them. Just a little
They
bit.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Well, Friday night, they certainly didn't back down at all. Loved it.
Acres looks
Yeah,
has
he likes a
shit.
bit of a stoush.
He has shark's
He
eyes.
does. He's a bit of a
They just look.
he's a
They
shit
pierce
stirrer too.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, and he loves it. And he can't be offended.
And actually,
You can't offend him.
a few years ago, I think Bolton was still coaching. We were starting to go all right, and we played Sydney, and I think Cripps is a bit of a niggle merchant too, because something happened and the whole team ran to Cripps, like getting into him. I was going, oh yeah, okay, Cripps has
No,
done
Chris.
something, asked for that, I reckon.
Yeah, he has that. He has that sense of humour. He likes it, and I love it when they like it
Yeah,
because it's just like we've missed it for so long.
yeah,
We've been bullied, you know, like
yeah, yeah,
we've
yeah,
been bullied physically.
yeah.
You know, like we even if we were winning, we just used to get bullied physically and
Yes, yeah,
lose.
yeah, yeah. It was really
Like,
hard to watch, wasn't it?
oh mate, it was just like you guys are big enough to just do some damage here,
The amount of times,
or they never used to run in packs to
yeah,
each other.
yeah,
They'd let their man on their own get belted
yes,
and slammed into the fence,
yeah,
and they'd all walk away.
yeah, I know, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, oh, the
I
amount of
love it.
times it's screaming out, oh, bloody 50, I'll get out there and play harder than you do.
Yeah, get into them.
If I can run
Fuck.
for more than 15 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I've got 15 seconds in me. Look out.
Yeah, be the
I'll
worst
really
15
do some
seconds of your
damage.
life, Pickett. Coming for you, Pickett, eventually.
meanwhile, he's jogging backwards,
Yeah, eventually I'll get
laughing.
you. Mate, it's going to be we got a tough draw this year too. Have you noticed that? Have you had a
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
draw?
I have
We got a
the home and away.
really tough draw. Yeah, we play
Just been away a
GWS
lot.
twice, Collingwood
Yeah,
twice.
yeah, yeah.
I think Adelaide twice, possibly. Some really hard teams. We've got to meet them a couple of times.
Good. No, I'm glad.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'm glad. Like, yeah, fuck it. All season.
and
I
so
just want contest.
yeah, me too. And in light of that, I'm actually glad that they're taking their time with Wiedering and Walshy and
Yeah,
Martin and all those guys. Just get them right. Don't rush them back. I think perhaps in hindsight they might have rushed Walshy back a bit quick last year.
possibly
Yeah,
because he was still missing games after he came back, wasn't
he
he?
took about
Didn't he go out a couple of times? I
Oh,
think.
yeah, with a hamstring or something, yeah, which is
Yeah.
always related to the
Uh,
back anyway.
Right, right.
But
Yeah,
he
look,
also took about 4 or 5 games to sort of get up and running too. He just
yeah.
wasn't the normal Walshy.
It's just like the thing is with Welsh too, though, when he gets going, he's not just a good player, like physically, he's fucking hard.
He is, yeah.
He's like a hard,
Mm,
he doesn't look like a hard dude, but he's hard. He can just take anything you
yeah,
give, he
yeah.
can get thrown, belted, slung,
Runs all day.
yeah, and then just gets back up
Yeah,
and goes,
yeah,
fuck it.
yeah.
Like, so I really miss him.
His delivery is really nice too in the forward line.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I really, really miss. Well, yeah, I love Jack Martin. He can just
Same thing.
do fucking weird, great stuff. Kicks goals, and he's another guy that doesn't look physically imposing, but he's as tough as nails.
He's a bit of a nickel merchant too.
He likes it.
He likes a bit of tough
He
stuff.
likes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I love that. But did you ever see? Did you get to see the Wiedering mic'd up?
I did. I'm glad you told me to watch that. That was amazing.
Isn't it impressive?
Yeah,
Like I don't think I've ever watched a backman mic'd up before,
yep,
or anyone who's a leader.
yep.
And to see them multitask, like I just never thought that a man could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like be sort of flying and intercept marking and then just going, don't forget about that and that and that over there as
Get
well.
over there now.
And
Back.
then
Yeah. Cover that. Cover the wing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and meanwhile he's bumping into people and taking I mean, I've just
You realise when they're mic'd up like that how much physical contact is still in the game, eh?
yeah, the slapping of the
Because on TV it all
bodies.
just looks slick and it
Yeah,
moves so fast. It's like you forget about the
yeah,
thing, and then
yeah.
but when they're mic'd up, it's like
Oh, the ankles and the knees are going bang. Ah, and hips and
it's like
shoulders
yeah,
and
it's still a pretty physical game.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when you're that big
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Like you get crunched by two or three guys.
What about Toby Green's marking that? Did you see that? That mic'd up thing?
No.
Oh, he took an absolute screamer over
Oh, fuck.
might have been over McGovern, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, watch it again. It was a pretty impressive mark.
He frightens me.
Yeah, yeah,
He's that good.
yeah. But mate,
Um,
Charlie Cameron frightens me, and Saad pretty much. I think he just won that contest on Friday night. I think he held him out of the game to a large degree. It was pretty even, but I reckon Saad just got over the top of him.
well, yeah, he just like Charlie didn't convert and well, Brisbane. That's one of their things they got to fix up. It's their
Yeah.
conversion. That fucks them up bad. They should be winning games every game.
Danaher needs to lift his game, and Hipwood needs to lift his game as well. Yeah,
He missed, like that. If they want to be,
they need to be more consistent.
premiers,
Yeah,
that's got to be,
yeah, yeah.
like who's that guy from Geelong? Who,
Hawkins.
no, Cameron.
Oh, Cameron. Yeah.
It just doesn't miss.
No.
It doesn't matter where he is and where the wind's blowing. It's just like, yeah, that's what they need to do, I think, to win a premiership, because a lot of their goals are set shots like that,
Mm.
and
Well,
a lot of Collingwood's goals are more from pace and
mm,
and delivery, like right in, really close to the goal sort of thing.
yeah.
So if Hipwood is going to be that guy that takes marks kind of on the 50 or around that spot, well, yeah,
Mm.
they need to convert, because, yeah, you see that a lot with them. They kick a lot of points.
Yeah, I realised how goals are going to be really important this year, I reckon, for percentage, and also just to win the games, because there's going to be some really close games all year, I reckon.
Well, yeah, you look at the ladder and you go, shit, how did that happen?
I really only see,
Gold Coast are on the top,
yeah,
and it's because of the amount of percentage they have. So that sucks, but
well, I mean, Gold Coast have always, like they've troubled us over the years, and they've always had a really good midfield. Well, for the last few years they have with.
I wish Casbolt was still playing in the back line for him.
He's up forward, I think, isn't he?
Is he still with them?
I don't know if he played on the weekend. I didn't check out that game, but
I hope so.
yeah. But
I
say
hope
with
so, 'cause
Hardwick
probably-
now, they're going to be they're going to
Yeah,
be a
yeah,
contender.
yeah,
I think Essendon will be a contender. St Kilda,
yeah,
Adelaide, GWS, even
yeah.
Geelong looked pretty good.
Geelong,
Uh, you
I
know,
thought they they I don't know how that's going to translate to
yeah,
to
yeah,
home and away,
yes,
but they definitely looked like they had a system going,
yeah.
and we didn't.
They looked like they had a very well trained system, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then everyone's like, oh,
it's
but they're
like
old and
they
all this sort
always
of like,
knew where their
nah.
player was. Like they just
Yeah,
handball
exactly,
without looking, and that.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
They have that.
that's pretty impressive.
They have that. Yeah,
I guess their challenge will be whether those older bodies can last the year.
yeah, yeah,
Richmond will always trouble people.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
really only, well, even Hawthorn, I would have said before all those injuries happened to those guys, I would have said they're a possibility for the eight because of their, young talent in
the
midfield and
youth,
yeah,
the youth.
and they've recruited well for forward line but
It's almost like you can just overlay a system
yeah,
on anybody,
yes,
but if they are young, even
even
better,
better, yeah,
and they can run out a game.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like, and before you know it, you're in trouble.
yeah,
You're like, shit, it's the third quarter, and
yeah,
we're getting hammered by
yeah,
these young, and they're up and about, and
mm,
they're pumped. They're 20
yeah,
or younger.
yeah.
So like that goes a long way. When you're 29, like some of our guys are.
And prone to injuries
Yeah,
like some of our guys
yeah,
are, yeah.
yeah,
Look, I think I can really only see Hawthorn now because of their injuries, North Melbourne and West Coast as being the three teams that are going to be the easy beats.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But everyone else, I think, if you don't bring your A game, that
yeah, yeah,
everyone else is a chance.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
It was like that last year, I thought.
kind of, but I reckon it'll be worse this year.
It
Something.
will be.
Yeah,
It will be because
yeah,
everyone knows that now.
yeah, yeah.
It's just so mental, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
Once you get that winning mindset,
yeah,
you can, and you're young, man, you can just like, you're superhuman,
mm, mm,
when
mm,
you're 19 or
mm.
something and it's in your mind.
And you got a couple of older blokes running around you to teach you and show you the ropes as well.
Yeah.
Always a handy thing, obviously.
And, 2 lines of Coke.
Or deal it. Buy it off the Melbourne player before the game.
Come
Oh,
on, boys.
not very nice. Not very nice, but
Well,
a bit true.
yeah, it's life. It's life. I've
Uh,
got a deviated septum.
no, you're a good boy. You would never have done anything like that.
No. No, it's not for me.
You're looking fit these days. Are you what are you doing?
Running.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was running today in 32-degree heat.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, well, I just want to, I know that, because like, here we go. I'm going to sound like an old fart. So now, anytime I have weight on, I've got problems all over the
Aches and
place.
pains.
I've got
Mm.
L3 in my back
Yeah.
is cooked,
Yep.
and my knees, and yeah, and that means I can't work.
Yep.
So it's pretty serious. Like
Mm.
I'm down to 80 now.
Yep.
At one point I was 110.
Yep.
And it was not only was it body problems, but my asthma was through the roof as well. Like it was just really
Yeah.
no. It's like no. Now I'm serious about it. I get out every day. I don't care whether it's freezing or hot or whatever.
How many Ks you running a day generally?
About 10.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
And it's all uphill. It's not gym stuff.
Yep.
It's all uphill road running.
Okay.
I've got a good pair of runners. Like I'm not stupid.
What do you wear?
Just some Asics.
Yep. Yep.
They were about $400,
Okay.
and I've had them for a while.
Yep.
But that you got to do that as well. Like if you're road running and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I just cut out a lot of stuff. A lot of coke, like
Cocaine.
not coke. Yeah.
Really? You're doing a lot, eh?
I'm doing a lot of coke.
This
some
guy
really
from
bad
Melbourne was
speed.
giving it to me.
Oh, come off it. God, when I came to Sydney, oh my God. Oh, you killed me.
Yeah. Oh, that's good,
No,
mate. That's good. Yeah, I've cut right back on drinking this year. stacking the weight on, getting fatter and fatter. I was like, that's it.
It's easy to do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got no metabolism.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's none left.
No,
It's
I
like
know.
you got to burn everything you eat. You got to go. Oh shit! Now I have to do an extra K.
Yes. Well, I'm finding that out. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what did I do? I started off just doing. I started off just running up this hill
Yep.
that used to kill me,
Yep.
and it only lasted a few minutes. But then I got over the hill and kept going a bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did a blocky,
Yep.
and I just kept.
Push.
I've always run those, so I knew I could do it.
Yep.
I knew that I could do it, so I had that. Yeah, and I kept like the first 5 or 7 kilos you lose really quickly, so it spurs you on.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
The rest of it's pretty hard, but yeah, no, so just heaps of running,
Mm.
just basic push-ups. You used to do resistance stuff, didn't you? Just basic resistance stuff with your own body.
I used to do that. Yeah. All those exercises.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This one.
that stuff's great.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is really good.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, basic push-ups and sit-ups and stuff.
Mm.
But not stupid push-ups. Ones that are the real ones
Yes.
that activate everything.
Yep.
They're hard.
Yep.
I can only get to about 30.
Yep. That's pretty good.
But that's all right.
That's
like
fine, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the weight that is the thing. I'm not looking for, six-pack shit. That's not going to happen.
Well, body weight exercise is some of the hardest anyway. Even I remember I was doing weights a couple of years ago and started to get good definition and everything. But
Yeah.
when I try and do chin-ups or anything, body weight's like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, I can't get out one of those.
Yeah.
At the front, I can get out some of those,
Yeah.
but forget about that.
yeah, yeah.
Never have.
Nah, okay, yeah.
Just haven't been able to. But now the shoulders, yeah.
I used to, but I reckon I could probably do 2 now at the most.
Yeah. At least you could build on 2. Like I just can't get one out.
I'll build on 2. Yeah, it'd take about 12 months. I might get to 5 or something. Yeah.
Bit of good music on.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. But I know what you mean. You just got to. I've also witnessed a few older people lately, and I was thinking it pays to stay active and keep
A lot of heart attacks.
keep healthy. Yeah. Well, we've lost two guys I went to school with in the last 12 months, and
I noticed
that was from drinking, both of them. But
yeah, same here.
yeah,
Same here. Whew.
not good.
I think it was 40s. When I got to my 40s, I started seeing a few people that I knew that I used to try and keep up with. I'm glad I didn't, but they're not here anymore. And so yeah, no, fuck it. I want to stay around a bit longer.
Yeah, some quality of life too.
Yeah.
Mate, this has been a lot of fun.
Good fun editing that.
Hey, did you have any? Do you want to do the 3 votes thing, the Brownlow votes for anyone?
Oh, jeez.
I know.
I didn't think of that.
I know.
Because, I mean, it's so standard.
Do you want to do it? We can send the winner a pair of drumsticks or something at the end.
No, I can't afford it.
I'll send some.
I've lost my stick bag and it had like 6 pairs in them. I got them on special.
Yeah.
And I can't find it anywhere. So I'm down to 2. I'm down to 1 pair.
Right, I'll send you some sticks.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll win the votes. Who would I? If I had to think, if I had to just off the top of my head, 3 votes. Who would I give 3? I'm going to give our captain 3 votes.
Cripper.
Yeah.
Righto.
I'm going to give our captain 3 votes.
2.
2, I'm going to give to... Gee, that's tough. I'm going to go Charlie.
Charlie. Okay.
Yeah. 1 vote. I've got to give 1 vote to... I'm going to give a vote to Jack Carroll.
Carroll, the young fella.
Yeah.
Why not?
How's that for an unorthodox fucking
Why not?
bunch of votes?
Why not? I reckon I'm going to go 3 for
Yeah.
I reckon I'm going to go 2 for Fogarty.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I might,
One vote.
and I reckon I'll give one for Williams, just
Oh,
because I reckon
good.
to come back after 12 months and play
Good.
like that's yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Righto, mate.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I'll make a record at the end of the year. They're getting a pair of drumsticks.
Okay.
The two Blues Drummers
You-
Award. Best on
I still reckon we should do, transition from left to right, Simon Phillips Award. I think it's got to happen.
best left footer when you're a right footer.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, something like that. We have to honour Simon Phillips in this because this is your idea, and he's your man.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what was a revelation was Ed Kerno commentating on the.
Oh my
He was
God!
unreal.
I turned the freaking volume
I
off.
thought he was unreal.
Oh no, I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's a tidy left foot kick. Nice and tidy.
Yeah, I spent a bit too much in the surf, mate.
I loved it. It was raw and laconic. It was unreal.
Oh, mate, I just switched it off. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. It's like, bumping into someone you didn't want to bump into down the beach.
Yeah.
Fucking, you going, mate?
But then we got to put up with bloody Hodgie every week. I mean, Hodgie's not, no. He's
Look,
not.
I'm not
I'll edit
commentating.
this out. But God, he's not the most eloquent speaker, is he? It's like one of the boys. I went and grabbed one of the boys from the pub to come down.
I actually reckon his insight
It is. His insight is good.
elite.
Yeah,
Is elite.
it is good. Yeah,
Because he is that good.
yeah.
Or was that good.
He is an amazing player, man.
So, like, some of his insight is different. It's not. Yeah, it's more interesting coming from him.
Yep.
Um,
Selwood went all right the other night too.
Selwood was great.
He was really good. Yeah.
It's so good to see some new faces instead of just these old white fuckers. I'm tired, and what is this fucking this roaming
Brian.
idiot?
My wife loves that.
Nah, that's wrong.
Oh, he comes out with some crackers here and there, Brian. But yeah.
Look, I come from the days of hey it's Saturday, right? And that had its day.
Yes.
And it was really good at some points. It's gone.
It was a show for its time.
It was, and
not
he
was a man for his time.
has to stop.
You reckon?
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
He's just and listening to him commentate Collingwood is fucking painful.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's just painful.
Well,
it's just
on a brighter note for you, I did notice on Thursday night after the Sydney game, he'd looked over the whole roaming thing. He was just like, you'd see it in his face. Questions this guy, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, is that enough, boys? Have I done enough? So maybe his days are numbered roaming around the dressing room.
Oh, they're pumping it,
and all the players hate it, don't they?
Oh, they just run. Yeah. You can see them like, oh.
Hang on, I'll be right back, Brian. Hang on, right, just wait there.
I'd love to talk to you, Brian. Yeah. I really want to.
But I've got to go and wash my hair.
Yeah. I've got
stuff to do. Anything.
My car's warming up.
Yeah, I've got something to do. I can't remember what it was, but I know it's something. And I'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's got to end.
All right, mate. We better end it too. I think
we better. What's the time?
It's 25 to 11.
Bloody shit. That's awesome.
But you know what? I don't want to be like these slick podcasts that are obviously trying to obviously either A, got funding from Carlton themselves, or B, trying to do it just for the listens and
they're trying to go mainstream almost,
and the income and all that.
Like it's just like
yeah.
Started off good, some of them, and then just it's just kind of went
it's a bit too slick.
Heath Buck is my favourite.
I haven't listened to that.
He just sits down. It's called My Blue Heaven.
Okay.
He just sits down with a phone and goes through it.
Yeah.
And he actually played for like VFL Carlton
Right.
in
Okay.
the 90s, I think.
Yep.
So, you know, uh,
Got good insight and all that sort of thing.
yeah, I
Mm,
reckon
mm,
when it comes to football, actual the game, like
mm.
he knows the game well. He's pretty negative.
Right. Well, we
He's
love that.
very,
Our
he's,
generation loves it.
he's always like, oh, I don't want to,
Negative or truthful?
we're not there yet. It's like, mate, fuck it,
Uh,
just go with it,
Look, I would have
enjoy
said
it.
that before Friday night. After Friday night, I reckon we're there big time. That was
I
that
don't,
great
I don't,
performance.
no, I think, I think what it is we're there because we can we can plug these people in
Yeah.
and make it work.
Mm.
And we seem to make it work almost ad lib.
Yes.
It looks very improvised to
It
me.
does at times. Yeah.
But that's what I would like to see them master,
Mm.
because then you can move around anything.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So if we can be that team, if that's what we are, I would prefer that than to have this system
Well, I think
that
I'm pretty sure they have worked over the summer pretty hard on rebound and transition. I think
yeah.
that's what they've wanted to add to the game.
Yep.
And from what I saw of that training run, I reckon they will at some point implement like some real nice
Yeah.
passing sort of
Yeah.
possession game as well.
Where they pull it off. Yeah.
Where they slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I reckon we'll be right. I reckon we'll be
Very
right.
cool.
Mm, yeah.
I'm loving it.
Exciting year. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
All
mate,
positive.
geez, I've been hanging out for footy. I got to like the beginning of February. I was like, "Are we there yet?" I just want. Normally, I'm sort of a week out. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready for footy." But this year, I was ready
Yeah.
about a month
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It went fast for me this year. I don't
Did
know
it? No,
why.
it went slow for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd had enough after last year. It was. Oh, mate, this
Need to give your
team.
heart a rest.
This team. Fucking hell. I was
But
just like, okay.
well, what's the
I
stress
was
levels?
wrapped out.
Stress levels against bloody Sydney. Then Melbourne was like, "Ah, can't we just do it easily for once?"
And I hadn't recovered from the year before
Yeah,
either.
right.
I went to the Collingwood game where they beat us by a point or whatever it was. I went to the Melbourne game. Like I was there when, when you're walking out and the chant Collingwood and you got to listen to that shit all the way. You're walking like a dick all the way down the ramp to your car that's in Exhibition Street. And then you got to sit in the car, and you're in the car, and all you can hear is Collingwood. It's horrible, mate.
Yeah,
So that kills you for a long time, and then last year was just exhausting, and so I was happy for the break,
yeah. Okay.
and now I'm just like pumped because we can beat Brisbane at the Gabba.
Yeah, I know. Because there's a few players on that team I really dislike. I can't stand Lockie Neal. I can't stand. Although until he talks on camera, he's not a bad bloke. But I hate Zorko and a whole lot of them actually. Even Charlie
That's
Cameron irks me sometimes. Even he's an amazing athlete and everything. But
they all are, but
yeah,
that's why I was just like
Danaher's a
TV.
dickhead.
Uh,
Get a
fucking
haircut for a start, Danaher.
vlogs. That's why I was like really going at the TV when we'd finished. Fuck you, Brisbane, because of those people.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear.
Hipwood doesn't look like he'd offend anybody.
Nah, could be his problem.
Yeah,
Well, he went for a big mark at the end there. It would have been a ripper if he'd pulled it in. But,
yeah. He's a
yeah.
big lad. Jeez.
Yeah, he's someone that really needs to step up, I reckon, that guy. A lot of people are saying that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's
And even
just
Danaher, to be honest. Like bit of a show pony, and if it's easy
yeah,
for him, he looks $1 million. But when the going gets
yeah,
tough, I don't reckon he's much chop somehow.
yeah. I just it's wishful thinking. Some of the goals he goes for.
Mm.
I know he can get them, but it's like, do you really want to make that your game? Like kicking from 60 out,
Mm.
that's long odds.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Hey. So you,
Hey, it's
is
you
that
reckon?
it?
I hope so.
Oh,
I hope so. I think so. I think we're definitely capable of it this year. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, I do, I do.
Yep.
Especially if we're not reliant on key players.
Yes. If someone
Be
can just
nice if they're there.
next man up, plug him in.
Whew,
Yeah.
love it.
Well, we seemed to do that on Friday night as well, so it was good.
Absolutely.
Really good signs. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, mate. Well, we might get together after the Richmond game
Definitely.
and
I'll be
discuss
there
that.
for that one.
Yeah.
So
Have fun.
I'll try and get some footage and
Yeah, that'd be good.
be good if
Yes.
we could figure that out, eh?
Yes. Yep. Oh, inserting it into.
Yeah, yeah, just some little things of the crowd and
I
yeah.
probably can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a week to think about
We'll
that.
we'll learn as we go with this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Next thing, like by the end of the year, we'll have the backdrops and the fucking
sound
things,
effects.
shit flying in and just coming out again, and like drumming videos. It'll be like a festival.
Sounds good. I don't know if I can be bothered, but yeah, sounds good.
After a week of work,
Yeah.
I could barely get on here tonight.
Oh no.
I was like, oh shit, 8 o'clock. Oh, I could go to
8
bed.
o'clock.
I've just been for a 10K run.
Well, that's a pretty good effort, mate. That's a pretty good effort. I went for a 3K walk. There you go.
What else did we do today? Hang on. 3K walk.
Yeah.
That's actually, they reckon walking's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I want to build it into running eventually,
Yeah,
but I'll
yeah.
build the leg muscles up a bit first.
Yeah. Get the knees right.
Yeah. Knees and ankles. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mate, the ankles of. It's little things like you'll be running along and you'll just go, oh shit.
I've had some really bad sprains of the ankle in the last few years, actually, and
Yeah.
so running, I think it'll be all right. We'll see. One of them I
Just-
did playing AFL nines actually.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I was running back and stood in like a little pothole thing,
Oh yeah.
and my ankle made this crack, and it was like.
Ah.
It was about 5 different games going on this massive field, and everyone went what?
Oh mate.
At the sound of my ankle. And I'm like, shit, have I broken it? And it just went numb. And my brother came running over. He's going, go and get some ice now. And I hobbled over to the medical section. You got ice? No, mate. Oh, shit. Have you got a bandage? Oh, I got this little one here. Give me that. Wrapped it up and went back on. Played 2 games. Then the next day it just went.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, that night.
Yeah.
But,
I remember doing I was the goal umpire for my boys.
Yep.
Up here, and it was wet, of course.
Yep.
And I just did this huge. I ran to get the ball, and I slipped in a puddle and went up in the air like miles in the air. Just went boom down again, and every horn in the ground went. And I had the white coat on and everything. All I could do was stand up and just like go.
Unreal.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wish I had that on camera.
Oh yeah, with that'd be our opening sequence.
Yeah, that'd be the opening theme.
And me rolling the ankle at AFL 9.
Yeah, and hearing the crack.
Oh, mate.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, Grant.
Maybe we'll even write a song one day.
Yeah, a theme song. Yeah, with drum.
No, a good rock song.
Okay. Yeah.
Love to.
Fun. I'd love to.
I'll send you. I've got something you'd actually carve it up. Actually, I've got something for you.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a deal. Maybe I'll think of something you can play on too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got this file that you. It's your thing. I'm trying to do you, so it's yours. I'll give it to you.
Cool.
Yeah. Double kicks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. Step up, mate.
Actually, I did an album for my chiropractor, believe it or not, and
As you do.
they're all into like sort of Metallica and other metal stuff. So There's a bit of double bass drumming on the album.
Okay,
Actually, I'm
yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
recording. I'm in the process of doing it. We've done 6 songs so far, and yeah, I
Uh,
couldn't quite do what I was hearing in my head, so I
right,
had to modify
right.
it a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nothing wrong with
it
that.
still sounds pretty good. I'll send you some links, and you can have a
Yeah,
listen. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, do it. I'll
yeah.
send you this thing. I'll send you. You'll have it by tonight.
Yeah, well, I loved all that stuff you were doing. Oh, it was quite a few years ago now, I guess.
Yeah, I've still got it on Spotify and that now.
I
There's a
thought that
guy
was
that,
great.
yeah, yeah, it was all just pop sort of stuff, and
Reminded me a bit of Chris Cornell and sort of
it
other.
was like a little bit sort of, of that ish,
Hmm.
that sort of vein.
Mm, mm.
I definitely that was like basically I was learning how to use computers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's a long time ago now,
yeah.
but I managed to pull a decent sound. I think.
Mm.
Um, not too much separation going on, but definitely kind of got a good, decent mix. And like I didn't master any of that stuff, or you know what I mean. I didn't mix and master. I did a rough mix, and then I'd just go, "Oh, that's it," because I don't know how to master. I had no idea. I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds good." And do we need to master anymore? If it goes
uh,
up on streaming, do we need to do that?
it's funny when we we did our final demo that got us signed eventually back in 91 or 2 or whatever, and we got it mastered by Leon Zervos at Sony,
Right.
and mate, the difference it made was unbelievable. Like, wow,
Okay.
But
Okay.
since then,
No,
I,
that's what I mean.
I've never got a mastering session back and thought,
Yeah,
gee, that's
it
made a big
lifted it.
difference. That's real.
It lifted it.
Yeah, no. Oh,
I
I'm wrong. A couple of things Willie Bowden has done, I have, but in
yeah. Okay.
general, a few things it's like, anyway, I just do it because it's the right thing to do. I just,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's the
it
process.
is.
Yeah,
You got to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess so. All right, mate.
Good night.
Yeah, yeah,
Speak
yeah.
soon, eh?
Enjoyed that. Yeah. Okay, mate. That worked really well. Whatever you did, I don't know what you did,
Tonight?
but when you got it working,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Anna
I can
came in
hear
and
you.
fixed that. I forget what she did.
Okay. Shit, what if she's out one night? We won't have it.
We'll be talking to black screens and all sorts of stuff going on. But no, I found out. I stopped audio. I found out what was causing the audio. I had a little bit of feedback last time you and I spoke and did that test recording, and
Yeah, okay.
also we were recording. We were recording to a really tricky video format, so it was good, which was good, and I've found a way of fixing that. So we'll get there,
Oh,
mate. We're bit by
beautiful.
bit, bit by bit. Yeah,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful. No, it's good. It's good fun.
Finding the time to dig your head into all that stuff can be a challenge. So
It is.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
mate, you look really clear tonight. You sound really clear, and
Yeah, yeah.
hopefully same for you. So yeah,
Yeah, wicked. Wicked.
mate, I probably won't edit it. I'll just chuck it straight up, and no one's going to
Awesome,
listen
mate.
to it anyway.
No, no, I know.
Just
It's
see a
really hard.
couple of
It's hard.
cranky old buggers talking away, and just go, "What the fuck is this?
That's
Drumming?
what I
Who?
like, mate.
Steve? Who's Steve Gadd?"
What? This is. I thought it was about footy. Now they're talking about footy. And they used to play in the under nines. Like, what the fuck is this?
Mike Fitzpatrick, Peter Bozosto. Who are they?
No, definitely don't have the 19-year-old demographic, mate.
Speaking of Steve Gadd, he's touring with James Taylor. Did you know? So I don't know if James
I'm
Taylor's
not.
playing down there. Might be worth going to look.
Gee, that'd be nice.
So we might lose him soon. He's getting a.
I was just thinking that better get to that gig.
Oh, it's going to be a
Yeah,
day of mourning, isn't it? Worldwide, you know.
fuck. We'll have a parade. We'll do a show for that.
Yeah,
Let's get the snare
yeah,
drumming.
yeah.
Da, 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 da. That's what we should do.
I did crazy when I married Anna. We did Crazy Army. I got my uncle, who's a drummer, and then my other uncle played bass drum. He's a cornet player, but he played bass. And I got
Oh,
my brother on another snare, and we did Crazy Army, and we marched into
Oh, no
That was
way.
unreal. Yeah.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah, it was good
Don't
fun.
know if Anna would have liked it,
She
but
loved it.
you,
They
you.
loved it. Yeah. I dropped a stick, had to run back and get it. Of course. Yeah. No, it was good fun. Good fun.
Oh, it's so good.
When I rehearsed it with my uncle, it sounded like, a ute with a bloody toolbox in the back going down a bloody bumpy road. But we pulled it together really well on the day. In fact, I was going, this sounds amazing. And then I dropped the stick, had to run back.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, when you just get really comfortable and you just go, you forget that you've got to actually hold on to them.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, mate.
All right, mate.
All right, just text me, and I think it's a Thursday night game.
Yeah, I mean, whatever night. I mean, Monday night's a pretty good night for me generally. I don't know what it's like for you, but
Yeah, pretty good.
yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a ridiculously early start or anything like that.
Weekends, I just seem to get busier and busier on weekends, but
Yeah, okay. No, that's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll see how I go. Might have a rehearsal coming up on a Monday night.
Well, you can look, message me and say, look, can we do Sunday night? I'll try and make
Yeah.
it work or
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
probably also good to do it when
Bit fresher after the
a
game.
bit fresher after the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you forget a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
after 2 days, my brain's just got. It's just
Having said that, I'm glad I watched the replay to really sort of
yeah,
be more analytical. I was sort of
yeah.
on the
Less,
on the night you're not, you're just
oh,
enjoying
no,
what's happening and living in the
no,
moment. Yeah.
oh, absolutely enjoying.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
first half,
Yeah.
you fucking wankers. Anyway,
Yes.
cool, mate.
See you, mate.
I'll talk to you soon.
Next time. See ya.
All right, cheers, bud.
Bye.